Right, cool. Let's just check that this all works. Should be fine. Right. Okay. Well, it's Christmas Eve, but we're still continuing the month of Modern. No excuse not to, I guess. No, in all seriousness, like, I knew that this would happen, and it's just part of it. Like, to make the number of days work over the holidays, I had to stream during Christmas. So that's fine. Okay. So, Mono Blue Merfolk. What is the deck about? What are we trying to do? So, the deck is basically just trying to get the best board position it can. So, it plays Vial. Because in this deck, Vial allows you to essentially cheat on your 2-drop slot of it, which is really a glutted one otherwise. And then basically you just try to maximize the number of lords in play. So your Lord of Atlantis, your Master of the Pearl Trident, and your Merfolk Retreat, which is like your 9 through 12 lords normally, but there's one less. And you just try to overwhelm your opponent with a bunch of 3/3, 4/4, then 5/5 Merfolk. To accomplish your goal, use Aether Vial. Again, uses useful to cheat on your mana. You have some other utility Merfolk, like Curse Catcher is like by far the best one. I mean, it's by far the best 1-drop available for the deck, so that's why it runs 4. And then you have 4 Adepts, which are just great. Allow you to keep putting on pressure, and it helps you beat the removal-based decks. And then at the top of the curve, you have Master of Waves, which essentially allows you to go way over the top. And if your opponent can't answer this card, they just lose on the spot. Otherwise, some particularities about this list. So I chose this list. I modified the sideboard a bit, but I chose this list from an Italian player in a Modern tournament there. Essentially, I felt that I really liked the approach that this player was taking in terms of having 3 main deck dismembers and keeping the Harbinger of the Tide. So like, when you're facing creature decks, you have that edge. And then the sideboard is for all the unfair combo-based matchups. So you're playing Rejections, Unified Wills, Disdainful Strokes. Originally the list had 3 Dispels, but I'm not the biggest fan of fighting 1-for-1 removal. Since, I mean, it's awkward, but you know, like, it's okay. I'd rather, like, fight unconditional removal. Otherwise, I'd rather focus on my own game plan. Right. Then some anti-graveyard cards. Affinity is the worst matchup, so normally this deck would play 4 Hurkyl's Recall. We're only running 2. I think, like, to be honest, the right approach is probably to run 0 or 4. Like, either you think you're going to face Affinity at least once and you run in, or you don't, and that, you know, you think you'll dodge Affinity, and that's it. Because Affinity is by far the worst matchup for this deck. You could play, like, I guess, like if you think Affinity is like at least 2 of your rounds, you shouldn't play Merfolk in a tournament normally. Like, I would, yeah. I think ignoring it and not having recalls and having other style cards is fine. Like, I mean, actually, no, we'll keep it like this. Yeah. Otherwise, the deck also, like, people have started running 1 or 2 main deck Vendilion Cliques, so I'm gonna hedge on 1/1. I think the card is just very powerful and allows you to disrupt a combo deck. I've seen versions with 2 main deck. I think that's fine too. There's a 1 of Kopala. This is normally the Kira slot, but the fact that this gets boosted by your Merfolk, I think, makes it slightly better. And then, yeah. Oh, and finally, one of the more other important parts of this list is Spreading Seas. Essentially, Spreading Seas allows you to not just make your creatures unblockable, but also disrupt your opponent's mana. So I'm just going to run the deck. I'm just going to spend some time upgrading the islands, since I don't think we should be running excellent basics. We have some standard to uphold. Let's see. Oh, I haven't talked about Mutavault's use, but Mutavault essentially is an insane land in this deck. It's often a 3/3 or a 4/4 unblockable that you can easily activate. It's insanely good in this deck. So we're just gonna return all these islands, and then we're gonna add however many we needed to. So we need to add 12 islands. So we're gonna add all the gurus first. And then we'll add these unhinged lands. Perfect. Exactly what we needed. Right. So I'm gonna start running this. Let's go into competitive modern. Join league. Probably gonna have to use tickets the way the last days have been. Yep. Right. Yeah. Playing a different deck every day, like, and having to relearn it every day makes it really hard. Couldn't we skip today and learn the same amount? I mean, Merfolk, like, used to have one of the highest win rates out of any deck in Modern. That was back when Amulet Bloom was popular, so the Spreading Seas might have been a reason for that. But Merfolk has a shockingly high win rate for a deck that nobody really... like, for a deck that people just don't put much stock in. So honestly, the deck is... I think the deck is much better than people give credit for. I mean, we're gonna run it and just see if that's the case, but yeah. But I think the deck is much better than people give it credit for. Also, today might be a little harder to find opponents, I guess, in the league, but yeah. Right, so... let me check. Hello! Okay, we're gonna play first. Pretty sure this hand is a keep. There's no Lords, and there's no Beat Vault or Vial. But the Curse Catcher into Adept is a really good opener, and we're on the play. And the Adepts, like, might get it. That guy plays Mardu Pyromancer. So, like, he plays a bunch of spells with Mardu Pyromancer and Bedlam Reveler. Right, started with Curse Catcher. But yeah, also, like, even if you think you won't learn much from playing Merfolk itself, it's useful to know, like, how it plays against other decks. It seems like Steam Vent decks have been very popular recently online. Okay, so... first we attack for 1. We're gonna play Adept. So the question is what else to reveal, but I think we'll reveal the Curse Catcher. Actually, I want to reveal the other Adept since it's very likely we're going to play it. And yeah, we don't want our opponent to know that we have a second Curse Catcher in case they were tempted to Lightning Bolt this one. I mean, if they Spell Snare this, I'm 100% sacking this Curse Catcher, yeah. Yeah. To get 41 trophies, you just have to play a bunch. Like, an infinite amount. Like, you'd have to play this... I think, yeah, if you play the same deck all the time, you probably could get there. By the way, drawing the island's bad here, of course. We don't want to flood too hard. I'm gonna put... Our opponent's probably on, like, some... like, on Jeskai control is more likely than... It might be For the Breach, but For the Breach usually doesn't have space for Spell Snare. I suspect Curse Catcher is really good in this matchup. So you're informed. Our opponent bought him both cards. Oh, this is kind of nice. Well, yeah, it's nice. Actually, do we name Wizard here? Like, making sure Revealing Clique resolves is really good. But... this is actually a really tough one. I think naming Wizards is weird, but fine with our hand. Like, we have more than enough mana. And I think Vendilion Clique is the card we would want to resolve 100%. Like in certain scenarios. So we're going to play Adept, Revealing Curse Catcher, and then we're going to probably play Curse Catcher. Cost. Yeah. I also checked Adept and Curse Catcher are both wizards. Right. Curse Catcher. And then we have our Lord of Atlantis, which is nice. Lightning Bolt Adept. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really care if they Lightning Bolt an Adept. I'm more worried if they Lightning Bolt a Lord of Atlantis. Unfortunately, the Lord is not uncounterable, so... I mean, if our opponent goes Snapcaster, it's not the end of the world. Nutri is a soldier, okay. Let me think here. We could Vendilion Clique our opponent this turn. There's a chance they're gonna go Snapcaster Mage here, though. If they go Snapcaster Mage, then I kind of want to play this Lord out. Rejury's kind of weird, like, because it's the most mana efficient play to play Rejury, and then next turn play Lord Vendilion Clique. But Snapcaster Mage still crushes us. We want the Lord effect of unblockability. So we could take a risk by playing... We can only play one spell this turn. Yeah, Snapcaster Mage would be really awkward if we don't have Lord of Atlantis in play. So we're gonna go for Lord of Atlantis here. Although it seems mana inefficient. Just because like Curse Catcher this turn protects it, and we can deal damage for sure. That might be wrong though. Right. So our opponent plays Snapcaster Mage, that's fine. And then we're probably gonna counter this Lightning Bolt since it's gonna target our Lord of Atlantis. Right, so Lightning Bolt's gone. Our opponent might be on Teamer Breach. This Vendilion Clique is gonna really shock our opponent then. The opt is like probably Teamer Breach. So we're gonna Vendilion. We're gonna. Yeah, so maybe playing the Lord. I actually playing the Lord meant that our free 2 got in for damage, which is great. Let's see what happens here. Lightning Helix? Okay, they're on Jeskai control rather than Teamer. They might be on on Reach, of course, but yeah, our opponents shouldn't attack. They should. So this is a tough turn. Mainly because we played Lord last turn, but yeah. They could have the Through the Breach combo, but I think that's unlikely at this point. So I do want to see their hand though, and kind of just see what's going on. So we're going to offer the trade here, since our Rejury isn't protecting. And then I'm going to Vendilion Clique now. It could be our opponent has another Lightning Bolt, but if they have it, they have it.